Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Conquest, where today, the South Pole falls. Yep, that's right, we are taking out the entire rest of the South Pole. So this entire region right here is going today. I've got a whole bunch of these sectors marked out with little icons here. We're going to go in by one. We're going to speed up time with time control because I'm not going to sit here for 2 hours waiting for that to work. And then we'll just keep pushing in until all the sectors down here are captured. All right, starting off 255, we got to go to these three. All right, so right away, we already have a problem. 29 is an extreme base. So let's do that one first, just to, get that out of the way. All right, well, we're going to take the big simulation core, but I don't know if it's going to make it. We're going to just plop it down and see what happens, I guess. Alright, yeah, we got 55 waves and probably a lot of drop zones. Oh boy, alright, well, quick sector review. Well, it's pretty good. There's no sand, so that's a oof. Maybe like a 7.8. There's also no oil, so that kind of adds to it. Alright, so let's see actually how far we're going to get right now. And of course, there's another enemy base. I knew there's going to be a whole bunch in here, but I didn't know it was going to be that annoying. Okay, so we're at 40 plus out of 54. Problem is, I don't know how much that's going to be. Because 40 plus could mean 41 or it could be 105. We don't know, so we're just going to have to come back in a little bit and see what's happening. All right, let's go grab these other two now. Next on the list, 256. It is a high threat. All right, the portfolio is full. It has everything. Please. Come on. It's got to exist, right? There has to be a 10 out of 10 sector somewhere on this planet, surely. Anyways, this one's really good. It basically has everything. I don't know where the oil is, but honestly, it doesn't really matter that much. It's a very open sector and a lot of sand to go along with it. Very nice. Next up is 80, and this is only a medium, so... Oh, we're out of resources. Fantastic! Resources have been acquired thanks to these polys. Very nice. Alright, 80. You know what? For a medium sector, this is very good. Not a lot of oil, unfortunately. Looks like the only oil pit that I can find is right there. But other than that, it's pretty good. Alright, next up we're going to 139 to grab these three. Let's start with 140 because it's a low threat. Probably not even going to see this one because there's nothing here. I take it all back. The only thing this is missing is oil. This is a low threat. There's 20 waves here. It has thorium. That's not normal. Okay, you know what? I think this is going to be the first and probably only low threat sector to reach a score of 9 or higher. This is a 9.6 and it's a low threat. Never thought I'd see that. Next up is 79, it's a medium. And it's all ice. Nothing of interest here. Alright, 250, you're next. And the only thing of interest in this sector is this very large vein of titanium. Wow. Next up, we're launching over to 251 from 247. And also there's another base here. Fantastic. Alright, 251 is a very weird sector, as in it has no titanium, but oil. Weird. There's some crazy sectors on this planet. Alright, next up's 252. And here we have another sector with no titanium, but it does have oil. Very interesting. Oh, and it's got some water up here. Cool. Next up, 46. You know what? All things considered, this is not a bad sector. I kind of like this one. It's kind of got a nice feeling to it. And we have found our fourth enemy base that we have to take care of. Fantastic! This is going to be great. Oh boy. Alright, next up is 106. I think we still have enough resources to launch from 102. Yes, we do. Not bad. Got a lot of open space. That's about it. Next up is 45. And 45 doesn't even have coal in it. Wow. Next up, 191. Low threat. Someone put a river in my salt flat. How about 190? This is basically just a giant lake. Next up, 109. Yet another salt flats with a river in it. Nice. You know, I'm getting to a point now, I think I'm just going to go to each sector and then say, like, the most important thing about the sector. I think that would make it the easiest. And then, property value? You guys can figure it out. You know the scale by now, right? I'll point out if they're really high or really low, but other than that, I bet you guys could figure out property value for yourselves. It's not that difficult. Anyways, we're going to Sector 3 now. Now, this is a low threat base that says it has oil, but I couldn't find any, so I don't believe it. 111. I'm trying to figure out what this lake looks like. I can see a mosquito with a needle stuck in it. I can see an ant trying to eat my core. I can see a saw. Yeah, I have no idea what this is. Next up, 51. You know what? All things considered, this sector is very large. Missing a lot of stuff, but it's got some space to it. Not bad. All right, 209, you are up. Well, I think you guys all know that this is going to be rated pretty highly. Yep, it's got thermal, it's only missing thorium, and I believe... Yeah, that's it. If this had thorium, this would have been it. Come on, man. We were so close. This is like a 9.7. No, 9.4, yeah. If it had thorium, it would be 10, so we'll give it a 9.4. Next up, 208. Come on, 208. Be just like 209, but have thorium. Come on. It was not like 209, but it's not a bad sector. And we found yet another base. Great. All right, 207, I guess. Ooh, this is a high threat. Ooh, boy. Large ore pockets, large lake, and large oil deposits kind of scattered around. I think this one deserves a rate. I'm going to give this one 9.1 out of 10. Only because it doesn't have thorium or thermal. All right, well, next up I would say is 206, but it's not because we ran out of resources on Fungal Pass. So get to mining, fellas. You know what? While we're waiting for Fungal Pass to resupply itself with resources, let's go grab 120 and 117. Oh, never mind. Okay, so 120 is an extreme. So actually, you know what? Before I do that, we also don't survive 29, but I'm going to mark this out. Unfortunately, that icon does not show through the exclamation point, so I'm just going to have to remember that. Okay, I'll just write it down real quick. All right, so 29 we need to go back to, and 120 we're also going to need to go back to. Oh boy. Full resource portfolio, large vein of oil. I've already seen large veins of everything. Come on, this could be it. Dang it! Thermal! Where is it? Alright, well other than that, it's basically got everything you need. It's a 9.8. Come on, man. We were so close. Just give me the thermal, please! Alright, 117, you are up. What are you? Are you high threat? Yeah, you are. Okay. Full portfolio again. Come on, man. Every time. I hate this. Ore veins are smaller. Oil vein up here is smaller. Yeah, I give this one like a 8.6. Next up, 258. High threat again. Very large sector. This lake over here is kind of cool, but other than that, decent amount of thorium, though. I'll give it that. All right, and Fungal Pass has, in fact, not gathered up enough resources, so I'm going to sit in here, and I'm going to watch it. All right, resources have finally been acquired in the Fungal Pass. We can go grab 206 for the last sector on the outer ring. All right, we're missing oil here. Other than that, very, very small veins. Wow, that is... I didn't even know ore veins could get that small. There's literally 2 pieces of coal here. Bruh. Alright, and with that, that is the outer ring done. There are 24 sectors under attack, and we can check in this nice little drop-down menu that I have used all of 2 times to see how we're doing. Ooh, I almost just fat-fingered the abandon button. Oh my god. Could you imagine that? So we got 6 sectors that are not going to make it, and we are doing 24 total at the moment. So I think the next order of business, I'm just going to go into those sectors and then probably just build a bunch of menders on the opposite side of the core from the drop zone, and then hopefully that will fix all of our simulation issues. Alright, I made some modifications to 258. Does it make it? 40 plus out of 43. Okay, well, unfortunately we can't tell because it looks like the simulation caps out at 40 waves. So I'm just going to put this down as a question mark and move on to the next one. Alright, so basically for this one, I just added some phase fabric to boost the thingy, and then added some extra little small menders at the back. Let's see if that worked. I don't think it did. Okay, we'll leave that as marked down. That's an extreme base, though. I figured that was going to be a problem. Alright, let's go to 207 and get this one resolved. Alright, extra walls have been added to 207, and with another extra mender or 2, we are good to go. I'm going to do the same thing for 206. I'm just going to start out by slapping down an extra layer of wall, and then see where we go from there. And now 206 is good to go. Alright, so 117, it looks like it does 36 out of 40, so let's go deal with that next. Alright, upgrades have been done. 117 now survives. Perfect. 258 also 37 out of 40. Let's just add some more walls. Yeah, this is the one I tried to fix originally, and it just didn't really work out to plan down here, as you can kind of see. Yeah, and 258 is now good to go. Nice. Alright, so it's just the extremes now. 29 and 120. Where's 120? I have no idea. Oh, it's over here? Huh? Okay, well. Anyways, we gotta deal with these ones. But I think 29... Oh, we're so close. Hold on. Alright, so I put that on 128x speed for 6 seconds, so we went through 2 simulation waves. Now we can finally get this one built out enough that we can see if it is going to make it. Oh, we ran out of phase fabric here. Okay, is that going to cause like a very catastrophic problem? No, it will not. 29 is now good to go. Alright, so the last one that we have to deal with for this outer ring is 120. Alright, 120 now survives 40 plus out of 46, so I don't know how much that is, because obviously it caps out at 40, but we can now just go into any of our sectors we have, and then run the time control mod at a very high speed, and watch all of our sectors start getting captured. Alright, let's do this. Not salt flats. Let's do someplace that it doesn't matter. Maybe like 60. Anything interesting happening in here? There's a lot of things happening in here. You know what? Let's leave. Yep, 259. That works. All right, let's run this sucker at 64x speed. It looks like our power's just straight up died, but that's not my problem right now. All right, here we go. We're getting our first ones in 140. And it was just that one. Okay, well, hopefully now we can actually see if 120 is going to survive. It does not. Okay, let's go fix this right now. 120 now survives. Let's just run the simulation until they're all captured. Nice. Let's bump this up. I also moved over to 263 just because there's nothing catastrophic that could happen here if I run this at high speeds. Let's capture some sectors, shall we? That's not good. Alright, that was a lot. I don't actually know how many that was. Okay, so there's only 7 left. Wow, okay. We can also take off some of these icons now. Alright, so all we have left are these ones. Let's run it a little bit longer. I'm just going to make sure that everything's going to be fine. I bet that was all of them. Let's find out. 2 under attack. 120 with 1 wave left, and I think 0, which got attacked, but that's fine. So we can just do this. And there we go. 24 sectors down in the South Pole. And also 208 is now under attack, but it survives, and it got attacked by 47. Speaking of 47, we're going to get rid of these bases next. Another good thing about capturing these bases is it's going to give us a lot of sectors to launch our attacks from. Like, I could dump resources into 57, I can grab these 3, dump it into 59, grab these 3, probably 46 and get these 2, 182 these 2, and then we'll just deal with the rest of this however we see fit. Alright, now the strategy we're going to be using for all these bases, that's a really tough one. I have no idea what we're going to do. Probably something quick and easy? What's a very quick and easy strategy that we could use? Oh wait, I know. We'll just make Zenith. I'm not going to do Zenith bombing. We're just going to make normal Zeniths and just fly them over. Sounds like a plan. Now, the unfortunate side effect of this is that we need to get resources into these sectors, like 117. Yeah, we don't have enough to launch, so we're going to have to do a lot of export chaining. Basically, we're just going to have to go into salt flats. We're going to have to launch a whole bunch over here, up the time, get all the resources over here, and then we can launch over. This is all going to get cut out because it's extremely boring to watch, but just know that I have to do this for every single sector I launch from. Yeah. Alright, bit of an unfortunate circumstance we're in right now. 29, one of the extreme bases, got attacked while I was trying to put some resources into 117 to take these bases out. And the problem with that is, I've beefed it up a lot, and it still says 0 out of 11 waves survived, so I have to babysit this. But we're also getting resources shipped over to here so we can take out 257 first, and then just hope 117 doesn't get attacked in the meantime, because then once we take this, we can use 117 to get these 2, and then we can start getting the rest of them from there. Obviously, it said 0 waves survived, but like, I think our defenses can handle this. There's not a lot here, so I'm just going to sit here and just kind of speed this up. Oh, maybe that's why it won't survive. Alright, here we go. You think our defenses can take him? I think they can. Definitely not. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. Alright, let's do this. We're going to have to retake 29, but while we're doing that, we're also going to go grab these 2 bases. Okay. Silicon's been acquired. Let's do this. Retake 29. Hooray. Good news is our walls are still here, though, so we can just give these a quick repair. And we have to do 74 waves now. We might have to set up a real defense in there. Great. You gotta love that. Alright, well, let's go get rid of these bases next. And I think I'm actually going to bring this core right here. Oh, wait, no. I'll use this one. It's tier 3. We can make tier 3s. Oh, sweet. Okay, let me make sure my exports are ready, because we're going to need exports to get resources to build the units. Alright, let's do this. Exports are ready. We're going to 5. First, I'm bringing this core, and we are going to just basically make a bunch of Zenith. Maybe load them up with Blast Compound. Probably not. We'll probably just walk them in, and it'll be fine. And then we'll just wipe out all the bases just like that. Full resource portfolio. Could it be? No, but it's very close. Got some oil over here. Basically, it has everything that we need. The open space, not a lot of open space, but decent sector. Maybe 9 point. How much is that oil? 9.6. All right, exports acquired. We basically just need to mass produce Zenith, and we'll be good to go. Speed this up. No point waiting around. Just get this done. Yeah, I guess I should probably look at the base too. Okay. Yep, standard high threat stuff. Nothing too crazy here. Yep. Normal stuff, normal stuff. Core is right there. It's a shard. Okay, we can wipe this out with what we have. Okay, well, I stand corrected. We do need a little bit more than that. Okay, maybe I shouldn't just fly them straight over the air defenses. Well, that's my own fault. Alright, so I definitely did just disconnect all of the ammo, so we should be able to just, like, snipe this core right out right now. Get over there. The end. That was very easy and very quick. Okay, good. All right, there we go. One of them down. Next up on the list is 57, another high threat base. Same old as we did. Yet another full portfolio. Could it be? No. Very close again, though. Ore veins are smaller. Not a lot oil here either. This is probably going to get like a 9.2. And of course, I didn't realize we have uncovered another base that we need to take out. Yay! All right, well, I guess we can... Oh, geez. Bro, I was gone for 5 seconds. What happened? But anyways, I was saying we could just use this base as a launching point to get this base. All right, there we go. Base has been repaired. Let's put another turret up here just in case, because I bet the units are going to be coming from up top. They definitely are. Okay. Set this on 4x speed, and let's go look around. Yep. Standard. Wait, this is a high threat. Why is there... Last sector did not have surge walls, right? Interesting. Okay, so this one's going to be a little bit harder, because there's 2 cores, and they both have Spectre, so... Might take a little bit longer than last time, but why is there so much air defense? You know, let's just take this out, dude. Right, okay, Zenith are like way worse than I remembered. What happened to them? I might have to make some tier 4s. Yep, okay, we're making some Antumbra. And 106 is now under attack. Please don't be something annoying. I knew this was going to be a problem doing this like this, because we were going to uncover so many bases, and it was going to get so chaotic. I didn't think it'd be this bad. How are we doing on 29? Oh, we're going to survive 26 waves. Let's just go to 106 and like, oh, you know... I was gone for half a second. How? So I'm just going to send these guys kind of straight for the core. Now, and then I'm going to grab these guys and also do the same. They should get there first. They didn't. Come on, boys, get the core. Thank you. Back it off. All right, let's send them up here and they can start taking out some other stuff. Maybe... How are we going to do this? Let's take this out. All right, let's just get rid of all this. Back up a little bit so we don't die to that. We can target this next. I think if we fly in straight from this side here, we should be able to get it. And here we go. Please work. We're going to take some heavy damage in the beginning, but... I'll admit that was a little more damage as I was willing to take. Jeez, okay, well that did not go to plan. Those are some hefty defenses they've got. Good thing I've got more units on the way. Alright, 4 more units are made. Come on, boys. You got this. That sector put up a lot more of a fight than I was hoping it would. All right, and we can use this to launch into 248. But before we do that, I think we should go into 29 to build a proper defense. So we need to get exports over here. Or maybe we don't. Because I just went in there and it changed from like 17 to 40 plus. So I'm just going to let it sit. And instead we're going to go grab 248 from 57. I think we're missing scrap here, and we're also missing thermal, but this is a fairly large sector. Not bad. Exports acquired. I left for 6 seconds. We lost our entire defense. It looks like this one's going to be another surge alloy everywhere kind of base. Oh, great. We got a flare factory. We got a crawler factory. 1 core in the middle of a whole bunch of garbage, and another core off by itself. Yep, we're just going to get some quads up in here and just kind of destroy the core like that. I think that'd be pretty easy. Are we all good? Okay, we're good. All right, factory's done. Let's just have you guys go over here. I'm gonna build like 8 of these, and then we will go see what we can do. Let's do this. Let's go up here first. I think we're going to go grab this top one. All right, top core, your time is up. You know, maybe shouldn't have had all of those units just kind of sitting on the core that was filled with highly explosive materials. Whoops! Alrighty, 8 more have been acquired. Let's go get this sector over with. Please tell me you guys make it. Please. That one was already at half, so I'm not really worried. Crash damage. I think that was actually crash damage. Alright, well there we go. That annoying sector is now out of the way as well. Nice. Sector 29 survives up until the Toxopid arrives, I'm pretty sure. Let me just go in here real quick and make sure that the simulation still thinks so. Okay, well I shouldn't have done that because now we're taking less. Basically, we still need to defend this, so let's just go build a real defense. Alright, we are getting resources, although slowly. I'm going to try to make a factory for some units on this side over here, just so I can have some extra building assistance. Alright, let's start making some polys here. I think they should be able to get created. Alright, well, we have a bit of an issue here. There may or may not be a Toxopid on this wave, so we're just gonna... Well, we're gonna have to hurry. Yeah, okay. You know what, Polys? Why don't you get over here? Help me. We're just gonna have to do this. Cancel this, cancel this. Let's build a foreshadow. Chop out the entire side over here. How much time do we have? Not a lot. Okay. Yes, please build quicker. I would appreciate that. Come on. Nope, this needs to be done now. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Not again, not again, not again, not again, not again, not again, not again. Please, not again. I spent so much time. I spent so much time. I spent so much time.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
Oh, I hate this sector. Urgh. Oh, and there's another extreme right there. Why is this so annoying? Oh my god, and now 57 is under attack? Are you serious? This is just turning into problem after problem after problem. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna leave 29 alone for a little bit. I'm going to get rid of the rest of these bases, and then we're going to go back, and we're going to take it out. We're going to build a huge defense. Nothing's going to get through. Good grief. Let's just go get 2-8, like, 2-8. Yeah, we're going to get 2-8. God, man. Alright, Titanium's here. You're going down. I don't even care. You know what? You are getting blast bombed because I am unhappy with how this has been going. Well, we got another full portfolio here, minus scrap, I believe. Yep, nothing else here. Decent sector, not a lot of space. 9.3. 9.5. And also, this is not a surge defended base. This is purely a thorium defended base. Crash damage supremacy. Let's go. You gotta just have your units fall onto the core. That's all you need. We're going to go start getting experts over to 207 so we can go take out these two bases. Those are mediums. Oh, that should be a piece of cake. All right, resources have been shipped over to 207. Let's go get rid of these medium bases quickly. This should be a rapid fire base defeated montage thingy. Let's do it. Decent sector. 6.5. Bam, 4 cents. I'm stupid. 8 cents. Core down. Sector captured. 59. Medium sector with thorium. 6.8 out of 10. 8 zenith. Fight the core. Core down. Sector captured. There we go. 2 more out of the way. Alright, 182. Same as last time. Cool sector. Lots of thermal. Lots of thermal. Okay, hold on. We need to stop the speedrun for a second. We got... Hold on. We just gotta look at all this. Look at all of this. Boom. 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 A little bit down there. And boom. And boom. Bro, there's so much. Why can't we have a sector like this? Too bad there's, like, nothing here. I don't even think there's titanium. Man, why can't we just have a sector with thermal and thorium? That's all I want. 8 zenith. Fight the core. Core down. Sector captured. 257. There is like nothing here. Jeez. Okay. Mid out of 10. I don't even need to rate it. We are just gonna fly to the zenith, straight over the core like we always do. That was swift and efficient. Sector captured. Okay. There we go. That is all of the bases that I know of down. Let me go make sure that all of the sectors in here we actually have line of sight to. We do. Bases are down. All we have to do is simulate the rest of these. Very nice. Except the issue now is 249 and 29 are both extreme bases, and we know how well 29's been going for me. So hopefully we can do 249 in a reasonable time. All right, 29, your time in the sun is over. You're going down, buddy. Okay, defensive wall is up. If they can get through this, I don't deserve this sector. If this gets captured now, I'm gonna lose my mind. Alright, well, we got good news and bad news. 248 is now fully stocked up and ready to launch over. 29 says it only survives 33 of the next 59 waves. I don't like that. We're going to have to go back there for the 18th time to make sure it doesn't fall again. Whoopee! Anyways, let's go get 249 out of the way. Ugh. Alright, 55 waves, that means there's a boss. Decent sector, doesn't have oil, doesn't have thermal, 8.2 out of 10. Okay, let's get this defended, I guess. Alright, there we go. That looks like a pretty stable and definitely not going to fall defense. 29 is at 30, and this one will do 40 plus out of 52. We might as well start launching resources over to these other sectors here to start planning our attack for this inner circle here, just to finish this off. Alright. Let's go grab our resources and let's do this. Okay, 3 of our sectors are ready to launch to 3 different places. So we got you to these 3, you to these 3, you to these 3. We just have these 3 and coastline to deal with. But before we do that, we're only surviving 11 of 37 waves. So I'm going to go back there right now, check the wall, perfectly fine. We're going to go to some random sector in the area and hopefully it will say 40 plus out of 37. Thank you. Okay. We're going to do the same for 249. Very good. Okay, I'm never touching those sectors again, and those are for sure going to get captured now. Good grief. Never take me back to 29 ever again. It was the worst sector known to man. All right, let's just get the rest of this done. Fellas, it is time. All of the remaining sectors are ready to be attacked. All right, let's get the South Pole down. 118, high threat. Let's do it. Full portfolio minus scrap. I can already see large veins on the minimap. Dang it, dude. Where's the thermal? Almost. That is a very large, like, that looks like a lake. That's a river. I'm stupid. Okay, well, there's a river of oil. Next up, 58. It's a medium. Completely full portfolio and no thermal yet again. It's a good sector, though. Very open. A lot of stuff. 9.6. 253. High threat again. No thorium. Very large ore veins. Those are very large. Wow. Alright, next up we got 119. It is a high threat. No oil, no thermal, but again, large ore veins. Man, this side of the planet has got some really nice ore veins. Next up, 186. It's a medium. Oil on a medium threat. Again, very large ore veins. There is an abnormal amount of scrap here I've seen. Interesting. Next up, 185. High threat again. Not a bad sector. Kind of looks like a hand. Alright, next up we got 187. It's a medium. A lot of scrap here too. Look at that. Hold on. That's a lot of titanium. 17. Also medium. Got a little bit of thermal hiding back here. Very nice. 183. Also medium. Would you consider this to be a sector with spores? Because I really wouldn't. Next up, 184. Yet another medium. If I was a gambling man, I would say that this is an aquatic sector because there's a lake and river that goes right over here. Next up, 107. Yet another medium. There's a lot of sand here. That's all I have to say. Next up is coastline. Interesting. Last time I was in this sector, I did not have access to thorium technology, so... Oh, no, I guess I did. I don't know where I got those walls from, but basically, yeah, my defensive strategies were not the greatest, to say the least. We have such leveled up since then, and are now doing quite well. I think we'll be able to capture this without any problems. All right, final sector of the South Pole, 48, and it's a low threat. Nice. This is a low threat and it has oil in it. Interesting. All right, well, there we go. That is all of them. All right, so these two are still doing perfectly fine. 0% damage on both of them. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. If you don't include coastline, that is 12. And let me check this real quick. 118 is looks like the only one that doesn't fully make it. So let's go in there real quick. All right, yeah, hopefully that's enough beefing up. Please be enough beefing up. And 40 plus out of 40. All right, there we go. That is additional 12 sectors down plus coastline. Now, let me go check my notes real quick. I'm going to see how many sectors we actually took today. All right, so grand total, we have 24 from the first giant ring that we did. We have 8 bases, and then 13 sectors done in the second ring, and then coastline. If you count coastline, 46 sectors. If you don't, that's 45. I'd say that's a pretty good day. All right, now let's go into some random sector here. Probably just 47. That looks pretty good. Speed up time a whole bunch, get these all done, and call it a day. And there you have it, fellas. It is done. South Pole is over. The entire side of the planet is down. Nice. Basically, the entire South Pole is now done. I think next time we should probably just grab these 3 here just to, on a technicality, get it done, because the line you can see right here does kind of pass right through these 3. So we'll just go get those 3 later. But anyway, that is it. South Pole down. Would you look at that? All right, well, I guess that's going to be it for today. I'm just going to go admire this entire planet because it is mostly mine. I guess it's half mine. Goodbye.